Now at 10, the Baxter Springs Police Department improves their crime-fighting abilities with the help of some federal funds. Plus, some Southeast Kansas 7th graders get a lesson in life skills. And elementary students in Carthage raise money for St. Jude Children's Hospital and get to slime a teacher as a bonus.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Baxter Springs, Kansas Police Department is receiving more than $160,000 in federal funds. This is a late edition of KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The funds will be used for technological upgrades. Specifically, the Baxter Springs PD plans to buy 10 body cameras and 6 car cameras and other items. KOAM's Fernandez Silva has more.
One of the big benefits for the community of the cameras, for example, is transparency.
A transparency that, according to Baxter Springs Chief of Police, can go long ways.
I'll be able to show them that we are doing things the right way for the right reason. And we're not perfect. There are times we might mess up. And if we mess up, we want to be, okay, we messed up. This is what we messed up on. And this is what we're doing to correct it.
He says the cameras can also help prosecutors in the court system.
Now they have video evidence of for example, if we arrest somebody for drunk driving.
U.S. Senator Jerry Moran supported the federal funding.
The community is safer when the police department is trained and has the tools necessary to do their jobs in the best way. And that also protects the officers themselves. So safety for the police officer, but when they're doing their jobs with the latest technology and the right kind of training, they're not making the mistakes that might cause harm to somebody in the community.
Currently, the police department only has cheaper versions of body cameras, but they don't have cameras in their vehicles.
We're kind of behind the times.
In Baxter Springs, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Funding is also going to help the Baxter PD upgrade their less lethal taser. Police Chief Brian Henderson expects to have those items in place by midsummer. Weather-wise, nice spring day today. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it turned out great. We got back up to where we should be for this time of the year. 66 was our high, average high 64 degrees. We started at 31. We had 3 nights in a row that we were below freezing, but tonight we're only going to slide back into the upper 40s, which is pretty good. We're sitting into lower 50s right now, so we're not going to drop off much more than where we are at. Our temperatures are really going to kind of hold steady because our southerly winds really increasing. We're going to have gusts 40 to 50 at times as we go through the daytime hours on your Friday. So that means a wind advisory is in effect. Probably don't want to burn as well. But we look pretty good. A few little clouds kind of skirting through our northern counties. Besides that, not too much going on. We had the wind advisory warming up the next few days. Thunderstorm chances Easter and Monday, some strong, possibly severe. We're going to take a look at that here in just a bit.
Catch in a few. 7th graders from Frontenac Middle School learned life skills at Greenbush and Girard today. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Have any questions?
The annual Life Skills Day for Frontenac 7th graders means a field trip to Greenbush to learn basic cooking skills.
And I was a little stressed out at first, but so far it seems like it's going pretty well and the kids are enjoying themselves. And we're just teaching them some basic cooking things that they should be able to do on their own.
Usually the Greenbush staff travels to the middle school to teach, but this year, 65 7th graders went to them.
I was like, I was really excited because when they first announced the Greenbush trip, and I was like, okay, what kind are we doing? And they're like, we're gonna go cooking, and I'm just like, are you serious? I love cooking.
Gabe's group started the day making roasted chickpeas and granola from scratch.
It feels like oats, like it's not wet or anything. Yeah. My mom bakes and then my dad cooks, and I really like cooking. I really like cooking and baking. I'm a lot of an artistic kind of guy. I'm more in arts than sports.
So it's not. The 7th graders aren't just understanding basic cooking, but learning new ingredients as well.
I didn't know, I thought chickpeas were like a nut, not like a seed. I thought they were kind of like a peanut, but I didn't know they were like a seed.
Reporting in Girard, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Helpful skills and a lot of fun to boot. 6th and 8th graders also got off campus today. They spent the day touring some departments at PSU. Local students today gathered at Missouri Southern to pitch their business ideas. MSSU's Missouri Small Business Development Center hosted the inaugural Pitch Palooza. The event was open to any high school or college students, as well as members of the public with an entrepreneurial spirit to get their ideas out there. For the pitch men and women who attended the event, it also served as a great way to make some connections.
Having the opportunity to do this and being able to, network with people is really one of the main plans of being here today.
Mackenzie Pitchard was named collegiate winner. Larry Fiskus won pre-venture, and Tabitha Carter won scalability. Congratulations to all the winners. Elementary students in Carthage this week raised money for St. Jude Children's Hospital. It's part of a competition called Penny Wars at Mark Twain Elementary. The teacher or principal whose group raised the most money had the honor of getting slimed today in front of the whole school.
It's been so much fun this week. They have been coming up there, I want you slimed. No, I want her slimed. No. And they've just shown us so much love and so much competition. It's been great.
Fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The school raised a total of $4,000 through donations from students and staff. Not bad. Joplin Art Gallery today made a donation to Watered Gardens Ministries. Local Color Art Gallery recently hosted its annual open house and art auction to raise money for an area organization, and this year that organization is Watered Gardens. And today the gallery presented that check for the proceeds worth $1,100.
And all of the artists donate pieces of art to be in a silent auction, and we just feel like these nonprofits do so much to help our community that we want to help them.
Local Color Art Gallery is currently partnering with Downtown Gallery of Joplin, raising money for the Joplin Humane Society. Fort Scott Tigers and the Baxter Springs Lions did battle on the diamond today. John's going to have highlights from this game and more coming up later in sports. But first, life-saving advice from the experts on how to survive if your vehicle goes underwater. That horrific bridge collapse in Baltimore this week might make you wonder, what would you do if your vehicle fell into the water? Well, that exact scenario kills hundreds of people each year. Nia Henson has some tips on how you can escape quickly if it happens to you.
It's very hard for a fire department to respond and get there while the vehicle is still above the surface of the water.
Time is what Boone County Fire's Assistant Chief Gail Blumenkamp tells me is the biggest problem if your car ever goes underwater.
How quickly is quickly? Are we talking seconds, minutes?
Usually within seconds to a few minutes. Cars can float for a while, but they're not going to float for very long. They're going to start taking on water through all of the areas that, even if they're fully sealed, they're going to start taking on water and they're going to sink.
That's why Blumenkamp says it's important to know what to do yourself if you're trapped.
One, roll down your window if you still have power and you can roll down your window. The other thing is to get that door open before the vehicle is fully submerged. And last but not least is to be able to break your window. In order to break the window, you got to have something sharp that would punch right in the corner of the windows where we teach people to break them, that can press into that corner and break the glass. It's tempered, and so it's going to fall into a lot of small pieces.
Local stores and online stores like Amazon sell window punches, but Blumenkamp says the problem is knowing where the tool is in an emergency.
So glove boxes, not a good option. Consoles, probably not a good option. They got to be somewhere visible, they got to be somewhere handy. So maybe off of a rearview mirror you can hang something.
A study done by the University of Manitoba shows 350 to 400 people die in cars that have gone underwater in North America each year, and has the highest death rate for a single car crash. It recommends you remember the acronym SWAC when escaping. Seatbelts off, windows open, out immediately, children first.
Every vehicle that I've ever went to that was submerged was a recovery, not a rescue.
Because vehicles sink so quickly, dive teams usually don't arrive in time to save lives. A 7-year-old boy from Aurora, Missouri is recovering after a dog bite incident, a particularly bad one. Authorities say it happened last night on private property within Monette, Missouri city limits. Investigators say the child who suffered severe injuries was a guest at the home where the dog resides. Emergency personnel transported that child to Kansas City for treatment. The mixed breed dog is being held by Monette Animal Control. That dog was also the subject of a bite incident in October. That case is pending in Manette Municipal Court. Authorities have arrested a suspect in a telecommunications cable theft. Jasper County deputies responded to reports of the theft near High Street in Sarcoxie, Missouri early Tuesday morning. Deputies served a search warrant at the location of a possible suspect vehicle, and they found 470 feet of telecommunications cable at the home, they say. Deputies arrested the suspect, but official charges have not yet been filed. A little bit later, Pittsburgh residents plan a birthday party. 150 years in the making.
Plus, we have some thunderstorm chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up next. Much nicer day for us today. We did have another freeze during the morning hours, but we got into the mid-60s, which is above, a little bit above, I mean about 2 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year. So pretty close to average after we've had 3 days that we've been below average across the region. All right, winds are really going to pick up tomorrow. Wind advisory in effect. Winds are going to gust 40 to 50. Humidity a little low. You probably don't want to burn tomorrow. If you're planning on burning really over the next few days, it's going to stay windy. Most of us near 50 to lower 50s. We're only going to drop off 3, maybe 4 more degrees. That is just about it. Currently outside, sitting at 53 degrees, and the winds are slowly picking up. We got a south wind, 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. But by morning, we're going to have winds gusting 40 upwards to 50 at times throughout the daytime hours tomorrow. Still windy on Saturday, especially in our southern counties. We'll have winds gusting in that 20 to 30 mile per hour range. Not a whole bunch going on. We have some mid and upper level clouds passing through our northern counties, but besides that, we look pretty good. We got a little ridge of high pressure, which is helping us warm up, and that here is our next storm system, which is building out across the Pacific Northwest. All right, let's roll through time. We're going to go through the next 72 hours for you. Temperatures 48 to 50 by morning. We do get some mid and upper level clouds streaming through tomorrow, but upper 60s by noon. Once we get into the afternoon, we should go mid 70s for highs. So it's going to be a pretty nice day, except the wind. Tomorrow night, we'll get some clouds in here. We could get a random sprinkle by Saturday morning. We only drop into the mid 50s. Saturday afternoon, we have a front kind of draped in our northern counties. So near 70 in our northern counties, near 78 to 80 in our southern counties. So we'll have about a 10-degree swing. Saturday night, clouds thicken, may get a random sprinkle again Sunday morning, but on Easter morning, we only drop back to about 60 degrees. Day planner for you Friday, 53 in the morning, 66 by noon. High temp, 74 degrees. What about Easter Sunday? Pretty good one, very spring-like across the region. If you're going to an early service, it'll be starting right around 60 degrees. 73 by noon, near 80 by 4, windy, and a chance for thunderstorms during the evening. Now, that gets a little bit tricky. We're going to have a capped atmosphere, meaning warm air aloft, so thunderstorms, when they build, they hit that layer of warm air and they just kind of fall apart. But if they can get through that cap, we could get some strong to severe ones in the yellow. But our chances really go up on Monday, a much better chance for showers and thunderstorms, and some of those could be strong to severe. Saturday looks fine. Sunday, most of the day looks fine, but as you can see by Sunday evening, a few scattered thunderstorms try to start popping up across the region. 74 on Friday, 75 Saturday, near 80 on Sunday. We are going to do a possible alert day on Monday with that severe threat. Then cooling down Tuesday and Wednesday, right back up into the 70s by the following weekend, which will be the first weekend of April, believe it or not.
And a possible alert day means we should possibly be alert, or we could possibly just nap.
Yeah, when we get a little bit closer, if it still looks like severe weather, we'll make it an alert day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's possible anyway. Yeah. Thanks, Doug. Hey, a reminder to voters in Ottawa County that early voting for the April 2nd election begins this week. Any voters who missed the opportunity today can still vote tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the courthouse annex. Just look for the red door. Pittsburgh residents tonight hit Root Coffee House in Block 22 co-work space to participate in a community brainstorming event called Plan Pitt 150. City turns 150 years old in 2026. Participants at tonight's event jotted down ideas, memories, and input pertaining to the city and that historic birthday coming up. They also met the folks behind Celebrate Pittsburgh, learned about the Pittsburgh 150 initiative, and ways to get involved.
I want a giant Ferris wheel. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I would love at some point to have a giant Ferris wheel that we could bring to Pittsburgh for a weekend or for a festival for a whole week.
Honestly, I'm more excited to see what other people are suggesting. I'm excited to see Pittsburgh grow and what form that takes.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to come up with something great. That Ferris wheel, for starters, that sounds like a great idea. The committee plans to have events all year long through 2026. Still ahead, Fort Scott softball tries to move to 2-0 on the season, and it's opening day for Major League Baseball. The Royals and Cardinals both play today. John Dales has those stories and more. It's coming up next.
Hey, welcome into sports and welcome into another Thunder Thursday here on KOAM. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out with a quad injury in the Thunder game last night. That came back to bite them. OKC loses in overtime by 6 to the Houston Rockets. Now, that slides the Thunder into a two-way tie with the Timberwolves for second place in the Western Conference. They're each a game and a half, or a half game behind the Nuggets. Now tomorrow is our 6th Thunder Friday night of the year. OKC welcomes the Phoenix Suns to Paycom Center. Now wrestling fans, if you want to see WWE SmackDown, that will air in its entirety following the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tomorrow night. Well, Fort Scott softball won its home opener just under a week ago amidst the wind and rain. This afternoon, the Tigers are treated to a little bit better conditions for Game 2. Baxter Springs softball on the road this afternoon, taking on Fort Scott. And the Lady Lions strike early, top of the first inning. Micah Adams sends this pitch into right field. She hustles into second. That's a double, and she'd score later in the inning. Fort Scott falls behind 1-0 but doesn't blink. Bottom of the first, Rayleigh Cowan muscles this into left field. That's an RBI single. Lady Tigers far from finished. Kendall Aiken, the freshman, blasts that one into deep left center. That drives in 2 more runs. She slides in safely with a triple. Fort Scott scores 5 in the inning. Bats stay quiet until the 5th. A chopper here to short. Throw gets away. That brings in J.C. Rogers, one of 2 runs to score that inning. The Tigers turn to Aiken on the mound to finish this one out. She gets 4 strikeouts in the last 2 frames. Fort Scott improves to 2-0. The Lady Tigers win it 8-4. Meanwhile, over at Warren Turner Field on the campus of Missouri Southern, Webb City Baseball faces Lakes Community, making the trip from Illinois. Bottom of the second, Cohen Epler hits a blooper into shallow left field. That ball finds some grass, and 2 runs are going to come in to score. Epler has himself a pair of RBIs. 2-0 Webb City. Now to the third, Sean Hunt rips this into center field over the center fielder's head. Drew Vonderhaar hustles around to score. That's an RBI double for Hunt. Cardinals take a 3-1 lead. Later on in the third, 2 on, 2 out. Hunter Scholl knocks this under the first baseman's glove. 2 more runs are going to score. Webb City extends its lead to 5-1. Now to the fourth, Hunt again hammers this pitch towards the fence. Not quite enough for a home run, but another run comes in to score. Lakes Community gets back into it late, but Webb City hangs on to win it 8-7. And it's a beautiful day for baseball, not only in the 4 states, but across the country. Major League Baseball celebrates its 2024 opening day. Bobby Witt Jr. taking the field at Kauffman Stadium on opening day, as does Andy Reid, showing off the Lombardi Trophy, and he throws out the first pitch to George Brett. Top of the first, no score. Royce Lewis takes Cole Reagans deep and gone. Twins take a 1-0 lead off that solo home run. The Royals, though, waste no time responding. Bottom of the first inning, that's Michael Garcia, just the third pitch he sees on the season, and he hits a solo homer. That ties the game at 1. Beyond that point, though, Minnesota adds another run in the third, 2 more in the 9th, and the Royals don't score the rest of the way. KC falls at home to the Twins on opening day, final score 4-1. Meanwhile, the Cardinals in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani making his debut with his new team. His first at-bat, he lines this pitch into the corner off Miles Michaelis. Now, he's hustling around. Mookie Betts is going to stop at third, and check this out. Both he and Ohtani are going to third, and one of them eventually going to get tagged out. It would be Ohtani. No runs surrendered on that play, but that would be a sign of things to come. Bottom of the third, St. Louis down 2-0. It's Mookie Betts up again, and this time he crushes that pitch to left field and gone. Dodgers extend their lead to 3-0. Cardinals fall behind early to never recover. They lose as well, 7-1. 0 for 2 on opening day, but hey, long season, 161 games to go for both the Cardinals and the Royals.
Half the teams that played today are undefeated, and half of them are winless.
True.
It'll change soon enough. We'll be right back. Folks in Chanute, Kansas rolled through the Easter egg drive-through event this evening in the city's Cary Park. It's hosted by the Neosho Health Department. The basic idea began with a way to enjoy Christmas lights. That was during COVID. They decided to continue the trend for Easter, and then that became its own tradition.
It's just wonderful to see them come in and see them smile and see them come in maybe drooping and watch them walk out smiling. And you'll see the kids as they come through. Even the handicapped children are able to drive through. They don't have to worry about getting out if they don't want to, and the bunny will go to the car.
Yeah, there's the bunny. Kind of droopy ears there. Talking about the kids being droopy. There was also a photo booth with the Easter bunny at the end of the hunt. The weather looking promising for at least a couple of days.
Yeah, we're going to start to warm up as we go through the next couple of days. Now, the winds are really going to get moving. We have a wind advisory in effect for us tomorrow. Winds are going to be gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour. 74 for a high, 75 on Saturday. Thunderstorm chances on Sunday and Monday.
Final sports notes.
Pitt State baseball breaks into the top 25 today. The Gorillas ranked number 24, and they win big, 17-4 winners this afternoon.
Yeah, nice. Doesn't sound like a baseball score. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.